What's up, y'all? We are here coming to you live with a show that has to be done. This is Prince of Fresh. This is the Carefree Black Nerd review over Peacock's Bel-Air. Peacock's Will Smith and what's homie's name? Forgive me, young black man who did the initial concept trailer. Your name escapes me. I'll put it in the show notes. But we here, man. We here reviewing Bel-Air. I am your co-host, Rhayne Coleman, and I have with me a very familiar voice, somebody who everyone should know at this, synonymous with Carefree Black Nerd Podcast. What's up, man?
Hi, everybody. If you don't know, it's me, Cole Jackson, and I am somehow wrangled back into doing a weekly podcast about a sitcom with good old-fashioned Rhayne Coleman.
Hey.
Hi.
Man, say, what's good, fam?
What's good?
Bel-Air. Okay, so this has been a while in the making. Bel-Air has started off as a concept trailer, much like, what is that? Dear White People, I believe the treatment for that was like a trailer that then eventually became a movie. Mm-hmm. Did you expect any of this? Like, I don't know.
When you say did I expect any of this, do you mean did I expect the show to be this good?
Well, honestly, all of it, because we're in the age of reboots. Everything is getting rebooted. Everything. So seeing the trailer, like, did you expect? I guess yeah. Did you expect for something this good to come out of that trailer?
And the creator of it, by the way, let me help you out. The creator, his name is Morgan Cooper. That's the guy who.
Bruh.
So there you go.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Just wanted to help you out with that.
Thank you.
So I followed this story because way back when we were locked down, this trailer actually came out. Like the fan made trailer came out on YouTube, and everybody was like, "Yo, this is dope! This is dope!" And it was just him taking a serious look at the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and it's funny because people kept trying to tag Will Smith in it, and it took Will Smith forever to actually see the trailer and say, "Oh, this is good." And I remember it like it was yesterday because it's funny because I sat up here and watched this happen. I remember when Will Smith actually got in touch with Morgan, and they had a conversation. He was like, "Yo, man, this is like really dope. Like, what happened?" And they finally met up and they just talked about it. And then Will Smith took it upon himself to say, "Hey, like, this might be something. This could be something. Let me talk to the heads at NBC and see what I can get done." And then, months pass on, and next thing we know, Will Smith, because I follow Will Smith on YouTube, Will Smith had like a big announcement on his YouTube, and then he ended up bringing up Morgan and was like, "Hey, we got you greenlit for 2 seasons on the Peacock app, and we going forward with it." And it was one, and I've been telling this story forever because the dude is just a regular content creator like all of us.
Yep.
He made a trailer that got hit the rounds and went berserk. Like, it did major numbers. And honestly, I think if you go to Will Smith's YouTube now, he retells the story of how we got to where we are now.
Yeah, he does.
And it's awesome. So I was just like, yo, first of all, you have a big-time Hollywood name like Will Smith. Besides his personal business, it's still Will Smith, and his name still carries weight. Secondly, we always talk about these Hollywood cats giving content creators an opportunity, and he did just that. Gave him an opportunity to be able, because the dude, he had been trying to get into Hollywood or get a show made for a while, and ended up, he just made this trailer, just making it randomly, and hoping that Will Smith would see it. So I mean, man, I said, just from that story, and me myself being a content creator, having a platform with independent content creators, trying to do our thing too. Like all we need is an opportunity. So I was like, I don't care what it looks like. I'm gonna support it, and I'm gonna watch it because this guy's story is like something serious. So I was like, I don't care. I know Twitter went ablaze when they started doing the casting. I think that was kind of nasty on social media. I remember
Of
reading the
course.
comments and people was just like the comments and people was just like, oh, why don't you guys stop? And it'll never be like the old one, and y'all can't do this, and you're killing my childhood and stuff like that, and not really knowing the
Which is so
story
weird.
behind it. Yeah, people not knowing the story. Right? It pissed me off because it's like it's so many independent. I'm on my soapbox now, so just give me a
Come
second.
on.
It's so many independent content creators who don't get an opportunity. We are independent content creators. Neither one of us has been on a reality show. Neither one of us used to have a fucking acting career or had a career being a former artist, like a music artist. Like we
Yeah.
don't have those steps, those extra steps to be able to get to where we want to be at. Like we got to grind a little bit harder than everybody else. We don't have a name from loving hip hop, or we don't have a name from being a old rapper from the early 2000s, late 90s. Like
Right.
we're out here making content. I've been a content creator for at least 10 years, man. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like this type of stuff is what we dream for another content creator, and it's something that we want. So it really turned my stomach to hear a lot of people jump jump down like this is bullshit and this is killing my childhood, and it's still kind of split down the middle with some of the stuff I've seen on social media as far as like the show is
Yeah.
concerned, which I know we'll get into. But I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to go so long,
No, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
but it kills
Shit,
me.
talk your shit.
It kills me to see people out here wanting to get their opportunity and then don't celebrate when they don't even know the backstory and don't even want to celebrate an independent content creator getting their opportunity. Man, that could be one of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many times have we sat up here on me and you podcasted before and basically rewrote a story that was way better than what
Man.
somebody put on TV?
Man. Yo. Yo, check the damn receipts, y'all, because there's plenty of times. Just the, what was it, Black Lightning season 4 redo?
Every fucking season,
Yeah.
rewrote it and made it better. Don't get me started,
I'll link
man.
some of that in the show notes. Yeah.
Don't get me started, man. It just sucks that like we don't want to give people a chance, and then it would be different if Will Smith didn't have anything to do with it. He's the
Say
one.
that.
He's the one blessing it. Will Smith is
Yeah.
making
Say
sure
that.
that this does not. He's letting them do what they need to do, but he's not. He's not overstepping his bounds. And I think that's all we can ask
Right.
for. If Will Smith is blessing it,
Yeah.
then what's the problem?
Well, see, especially because it's Will Smith, because it's one thing to be like, not that everyone watches, but if we did a Friends reboot and it's like, oh, the cast of Friends is okay with this, they aren't as integral to Friends as Will Smith is to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So
Exactly.
yeah, I think you're making some fine points, and it's so odd because I've gotten some kind of pushback on even supporting the show, which is so weird to me. I get that we're sick and tired of reboots, but when you have one that's done this well, and even if you don't think it's done well, you cannot deny the amount of care that's gone into it to make it its own thing. Like they're taking all of the infrastructure, the blueprint that is Fresh Prince, and they've updated it and altered it to fit as if it just came out, you know, what was it, Valentine's Day. Like if it was just a brand new show never heard of. So I don't I find it odd too that this is the reception is getting, and I'm not saying that you have to like the show because Will Smith is attached or because he's black or because it's a black show. Because if you don't like it, you just don't like it. But you cannot deny the time and care and energy that is going into making it what it is. So I'm with you. I'm with you, man.
I
Hundred
think
percent.
in this day and age where we are always trying to celebrate the content creators, once a content creator outside that goes for Quinta too. I know we're talking about Fresh Prince, but like Abbott
Come on.
Elementary is a great show, and I feel like that show needed our support for it to make it.
Uh huh.
Anytime a fucking network plays one episode and goes on hiatus, we don't know where it's going. And thank
Yeah.
God that we were able, because you and I are on Twitter all the time. We always saying some stuff on
Uh
Twitter on a
huh.
regular basis. But thank goodness that people supported it, went to Hulu, watched the first episode, the pilot episode several times, retweeted. I think I in my heart feel like if we didn't push for that show and say how good that show is, I really feel like that show probably would have made it 3 episodes, and they would have been like, we don't want to do this. And I think
I mean, it's a possibility.
Quinta deserves this.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Morgan deserves this. Like, if we gonna celebrate black people, if we're gonna celebrate culture, if we're gonna celebrate, we gotta celebrate these people who are these content creators who are actually putting on and trying to get out there, man.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We not gonna make it. We not gonna make it without the support of our own people. I'm sorry, it's Black History Month. I'm a little.
Hey, this show is. Hey, let it flow, nigga. Let it flow. Ah,
It
come
kills
on.
me,
These
man.
people know what it is.
Just to see the kind of stuff about this show on social media, and I know social media is not the end all of everything, but it does. Social media does move a lot of things, make a lot of things move.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, you're absolutely right. No, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. And again, I'm not saying that you have to like the show, but the shit that it's been getting since its announcement, since the trailer, it's so odd to me. Especially when you have something like Awkward Black Girl, where Issa Rae did it. I want to say 2 seasons before Pharrell became attached. One, maybe two. I know it was at least 1 season. And so to see someone who has a name, has wealth, has a brand that is already the general public already trusts, reaching down and giving a content creator this kind of step up to the front of the line. It's like, I even get if you have some like green-eyed envy towards it, but you can't look at that and be like, oh, there's only room for one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you feel envious, it's unfortunate, but it is a real emotion. Feel that way, but like, man, he put in the work, and that's all you can do. As a writer, because I write books and shit. The one thing that is always like pushed as most important is to have a back catalog, because you might write 20 books and nobody know who the fuck you are, but let Oprah, let Will Smith, let Pharrell read that 21st book, niggas is getting 1 through 20. That being said, just put in the work, keep creating as if you know somebody gonna see this one day, or just do it for yourself, but you do it long enough and you got constant content just behind you that people can find. So I like to say that this nigga just put in the work. This man put in the work, put in the trailer, and did what he had to do. You just got to find a way to do that shit for yourself. And back to your original point, support these motherfuckers. I knew from the trailer that this is something I wanted to see.
You talking about the original, trailer,
the
like
original
before the
concept
show?
trailer. Yeah, like I knew that trailer made me a fan of this idea. Another reason why is because we get so many reboots and people complain about stuff, but like this is one of the first time that there's been a reboot that has not felt like a cash grab. It's like, this is going to be a reboot, and I want to say it's because you have this black creative involved. So you can do a reboot and make it make sense, but don't just do it because it's the 22nd anniversary of fucking Rush Hour, so let's just do a Rush Hour movie.
Right.
And also the key thing being Will Smith is not doing this reboot. Not to say he's out of touch, but he's much older. His time is come and gone as far as being like the target demographic. You giving this reboot over to someone who has their ear to the people, has their feet on the ground, because he is one of the fucking people. And it's like, that's what you... This, and I know this is going to be my nerd brain going overdrive. I would love to see a Living Single reboot handled the same way.
I mean,
I would love that. Myself.
We kind of had that with Insecure.
I don't know. I think Insecure had that spirit of it, but like a literal one, like in the way that this is handling the original characters.
Have you watched?
No. I've seen it, but that's not.
I'm just joking. I don't like that show that much. And it just
at all. I mean,
it got.
But that's the other thing.
It got greenlit for.
They got a season 2.
It's like, oh.
The thing for me though is that I'm glad that you don't like it, because I feel like there is enough space for us to have these phenomenal black shows, but also mediocre, and also these bottom of the barrel, midway, top tier. There's a room for it all, and that's what I want. I watched Harlem. I wasn't a fan, but I liked the aesthetic. I like the cinematography. Yeah. I like the wardrobe. It's not the greatest.
Yeah, the story's a little.
But I also
the story's a little. like lean with it,
Hey.
rock with it. Like y'all got to do a little better than this. Like,
but there's also now they have a season 2, so who's to say where they go from here? And the other thing, we may not ever like it fully, but this is motherfuckers out there who do.
mm,
And I'm just happy to see Megan Good and all these black and brown women just working. So if nothing else,
I'm happy
so
to
that
see.
being said,
I'm happy for us to see. Let me say something else real quick, and then we can
go
go
ahead.
into the show. I'm very happy to see that we are finally getting back into the black sitcom renaissance. Like we're going back to these UPN. Well, not the type of shows, but what I'm saying is
Yeah.
we're getting a lot more black TV on TV. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you like it or not. Grand Crew is one of those shows that split
Yeah.
down the middle.
And I'm glad it exists.
But it
I don't really
exists.
care for
Harlem.
it. But
Some people feel like, and I know this is gonna sound crazy. Some people feel like
come on.
Euphoria is a black show because it's a black lead, and I don't know where they getting that from because they ain't number two black folks in the whole show.
Yeah, but I think that's one of them shows that is. I can't think of one from when we were kids that would have like checked all those boxes, but I can see where Euphoria, because of the social media involvement, not necessarily is a black show. It's a show with a black lead, but it's also very marginalized. You got trans folks, you got black folks, you got drug addiction, you have this high school setting. Even the white people have this thing where they're not preppy, wealthy white folks who just do coke and sit on yachts. Like, it's a show that is a little bit darker. So I don't think it's a black show, but I can see where it could toe the line of being lumped into some of these other shows that are predominantly black, and you still could watch it and feel like, okay, like you ain't, one of these things is completely not like the other.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And shows like that, Abbott Elementary, Harlem, like we're getting a monolith of shows, because if you watch Grand Crew's not for me, but that is for some black person that lives like that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like it's not for me, because I'm like, I don't go to bars and drink wine with my friends. Like that's not my aesthetic. But I'm pretty sure it's a crowd out there that it's some people who like Grand Crew. But what I'm saying is, like, and with Bel-Air, and it just feels like we're going back to really good black TV. I have to say, and I have to throw this out here, I have to kind of give Issa Rae her props for that, because Issa basically proved with Insecure that it can be done. We don't have to be in the hood. And even if we are in the hood, we don't got to be ghetto. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with being ghetto, but what I'm saying is we don't have to be stereotypical for shows to work. Like, I love that about all the different types of offerings that we have as black shows. And I'm for it. Wonder Years, the new Wonder Years.
I ain't seen it, but I heard about it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we got some shows that's not the same, and it's actually like, I've seen a few episodes of the new Wonder Years. It's actually pretty good. I was like, well, I ain't gonna mess with that because that's racism, but it's really not. It's just a lot of good black TV that we have coming back into the fold. And it's as strong as it's ever been, and I'm so happy about that. And this having Bel-Air kind of helps prove that, like, yo, man, we can still put out really strong TV and make it. I think a lot of people just need to shut the hell up and kind of enjoy what we're getting, because I don't know when we're going to get this again, and I don't know how long this stride is going to go.
And I honestly think it's not going anywhere now. Because of people like Issa Rae, because of Black and Sexy TV, because of Dormtainment, because of so many black indie creators from that YouTube late 90s, early 2000s era, where it's like, I'm doing this guerrilla style shooting on my own, I'm going to get this out. So it may not always exist in the way that it does now, but I think at this point, there's no turning back. There's no turning back.
Yeah, shout out to the black creators, man. Black content creators.
Happy Black History Month. Couldn't ask for nothing better. This has been our public service announcement.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to take up that much, but it was on my heart, dog. Like, I had to get it out, because this show gets so much unwarranted hate, and I don't understand why. So,
what a way to start the dang show. Oh man, I'm gonna make these first 20 minutes his own little thing too. So man, Bel-Air. Okay, so use the hashtag POF Pod, Prince of Fresh Pod. This is the Carefree Black Nerd Bel-Air Review Show.